Mic test, mic.
All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to get started. Everybody take your seats. Thank you, Julio. Good morning, 1 Million Cups community. Thank you for being here today. If I look a little tired, we just Julio and myself from a work trip, and we took that last flight from Dallas to Brownsville that gets here at midnight. That's a brutal flight. I was like, then I have to drive home, but it's okay. We're here. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to one more 1 Million Cups community. We're very excited to be here like every week. So thank you for being part of our community. Please keep coming back. Please invite other people. Let's grow this community to be really thriving, really, so you can have a little bit of networking and be able to exchange ideas, visions, partnerships. Anything can happen at 1 Million Cups. So thank you for being here. We're going to get started. The mission of 1 Million Cups is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, and connections for all types of new and aspiring entrepreneurs throughout the United States. This program, it is live streamed throughout the entire United States. We all meet at the same time on Wednesdays from 9 to 10. So we're not the only ones that are going to be seeing our presenters, but also, who knows, whoever is logged in will be able to see their presentation, and it will be on YouTube. The mission and of the 1 Million Cubs is creating consistent educational experiences. 1 Million Cups is funded by the Kauffman Foundation. We here at the ECC, UTRGV ECC, we hold the affiliation for the Kauffman Fast Track. So we're very much in line with this organization that their function is to solely develop programs and resources for entrepreneurs across the U.S. So we're very excited to be part of the community of Kauffman and 1 Million Cups. We are one of 34, I think it's 34, 1 Million Cups in the Southwest community region. So we're very excited that we are considered the newest one. So we're still kind of, taking that credit until somebody else opens a new one. So we'll see when they open a new one. They will not be considered the newest one. But the pillars for 1 Million Cups, these are not sales pitch. These are presentations. This is a presenter coming here in front and telling his journey, talking about his story, what drives him, what's passionate for him, what has failed, what are some kind of challenges that they've had, but at the same time their success, and what do they do. So it's not a sales pitch. They're not up here to sell you a product. They're here to tell a story and talk about their journey. The core program is, like I said, every single week from 9 to 10. We are here. They have around, about 7 minutes of presentation. If they want to, they can be less. Sometimes we let it go a little longer because we have one presenter. Usually we have 1 to 2 presenters during the program. And then we open it for Q&A. Ask questions, engage with the entrepreneurs. And again, we're here to support him or her. So we want to make sure that they feel like they're being supported by this community. Up to now, we have been running this program for an entire year. So up to now, we have served 1,314 cups of coffee. So we're very excited to say that. We will be updating every week how many cups of coffee each one of you drinks. So drink all our coffee. So, we want that number to go up, but we also want to make sure that we recognize that we are doing our part in the community of 1 Million Cups to serve coffee as much as we can and be part of the networking. With that said, our coffee sponsor for today is Great Box Packaging. Thank you, Mr. Solis, like always, for being our sponsor. So take advantage of the great coffee that was brought to you today by Great Box. If you want to be a sponsor of 1 Million Cups of coffee, please, there's a link. Follow us on social media and you'll find the link there to participate and also be part of that. And why not be a sponsored? At this time, I would like to ask everybody to please silence your phone. If you need to have a side conversation, because we are all doing working hours, please step outside so we can give our presenters the respect that they need as they present. Okay, and as we're going to start our presenter today, I don't introduce them fully because I want them to talk about themselves. So today's presenter is Josh Contreras. Come on up, Josh. Oh, is he using that?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This is your.
Okay, gotcha. Good morning. My name is Josh Contreras. Can you all hear me all right? All right. So I am from Brownsville, Texas, born and raised. In 2006, I went to school at Texas A&M College Station. And my senior year, I was able to interview with Boeing. and they made me an offer contingent on my graduation to be an engineer for them in Seattle. So as soon as I graduated, didn't come back to Brownsville. I actually moved to Seattle. And then I started working for the 787 program. And we were focused on designing interiors to be extremely light, extremely aesthetic, and be able to be put together on the airplane within like 30 seconds. So a lot of requirements. Also, be able to withstand a crash test. um, from 787, I supported that program for about 7 years, 7.5 years. I got moved over to 777X. 777X is a program that hasn't yet been released yet. I've been able to fly on some of the prototype airplanes and was able to participate in the design of that interior from scratch. A lot of things that I was able to pick up on designing for manufacturing, designing at a grand scale, designing for profitability, ergonomics, a lot of things that I didn't realize I'd be able to learn from there, but I was able to. And around 2019, the company, and I'm not saying this to put them down, but the company was definitely going in a different direction. They were outsourcing the design to different countries, and there wasn't enough design opportunity anymore. So I was losing interest in Boeing, but that's not Boeing's fault. They were just trying to make more profit. So the culture was definitely changing. And then the 737 program, which was about 45 minutes south of Seattle in Renton, Washington, happened, and they had two airplanes fall out of the sky, unfortunately. And then it just didn't feel like the same company anymore. So it was about that time that I was very, very, very sure that that's not where I wanted to retire. That's not what I wanted my last job to be. I wanted to do something for myself. I saw a change in the real estate market for the worse, where I was able to buy my own house when I was in my 20s. But after about 2 years, I was like, there's no way that someone who was making what I was making would be able to afford that very same house. Because the real estate market had just skyrocketed in the late 2010s. At that time, I also had my family, they were running Popeye ice cream. We're in the corner of Old Portersville Road and Robin Hood Drive down the road from PUB. They had been doing great until around COVID, and things really started struggling for them. My dad was overwhelmed with all the new requirements that were implemented on him, and a lot of competitors had come up and were taking a piece of that pie. So it was losing momentum. The company was losing momentum, and my dad wasn't getting any younger. So after visiting Bronzo in 2021, I felt that it was necessary for my dad to have some help. So brought my wife and kid. So that's my wife, Natalia, on the very right, holding the miniature schnauzer and the orange Persian cat. And my kid's right next to me. That's Petra. She's going to the high school that I went to, which is pretty cool. And we're able to step away from Boeing because she's also a really brilliant engineer, and she was working at Boeing. We gave that up so that I can take over the family business. I bought it from my dad, and I was going to give it some new energy. So I did rebrand it, which was more than just a logo change. I completely changed the way that the place operated. I changed the lack of documentation, implemented more quality control, reduced overhead by more than 50%, and refocused the business on not just serving snacks, but really doing what we do better than others, biased opinion, ice cream. So I just realized I haven't been going through the slides. This was always an issue of mine. The hundreds of presentations that I gave at Boeing, I would always do the same thing. My bad. So this was the timeline on the left, which is the business that my father had started. He actually began working ice cream in Matamoros in 1978. In the 2000s, things were getting a little dangerous in Matamoros. So he felt that it was necessary to maybe try it out here in Bronzo. So in 2009, him and my sister, they opened up Popeye, this is not a laser pointer, but the green one in the middle, in 2009. And they were doing great. There weren't a lot of competitors at that time. So they had a bigger chunk of that audience. But as I said, in the last couple of years, more competitors have been coming up, and now they got to share the pie with more people. That and the place really hadn't had any energy put into it since its actual opening. So when I bought it from them, I felt that it was necessary to try something different, make it more sentimental. So I changed it to Pop I, and that's actually homage to my pops. So it's my dad and I serving the ice cream to folks, giving his recipes, well, not giving the recipes, but giving his ice cream from his recipes that he's perfected in 50 years to the masses. And with my experience in project management, engineering, and being able to lean out any manufacturing, I felt that this was a good challenge for me to relieve him. He's earned his retirement. Until it's time for me to launch my own company, which would be MJC Designs, which would be the two graphics on the right, just really explaining that the price of houses has gone up more than our wages. So there's a bigger gap now between what we were able to afford just 10 years ago, 20 years ago, versus what people are able to afford now, earning whatever wage at whatever entry level. So I'm trying to target the 20-something-year-old engineer or whatever, the 20-something-year-old teacher, if you would, and give them an opportunity to be able to afford a house and not have to make so many sacrifices on their requirements. Check more boxes whenever they go for that mortgage. All right, so a little bit about the business. May have already talked about it, but customer satisfaction. That is priority for us. If the customer is happy, then we have something that we're gonna move forward with. We have a very strong team. Very strong team. They're all women, and they are absolutely strong leaders, each of them. So I'm very, very pleased to have them represent the company, and they're doing a magnificent job. Customer satisfaction again, because I really need to emphasize that is our priority. Efficiency in our operation. Yeah, the way that ice cream shops and paleterias are set up require a lot of running around. And I felt that was very, very, very time consuming, very inefficient for us to be able to give our product to the customer. So I took the challenge to see, well, let's rearrange this layout. Let's rearrange the customer experience to make it a little bit more efficient. So if it's efficient for us, we can spend less time making it, therefore not needing to require so much manpower to be able to produce it, reduce the price, and keep the price very, 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 very competitive. So we are efficiently laid out right now. We're getting ready for a grand reopening. Customer satisfaction, just in case you guys weren't catching on. Innovative, we are using 3D printing to help us with a lot of things that used to be done by hand. But 3D printer we have right now is just your standard desktop 3D printer. But we are using additive manufacturing to be able to help us with doing things that we used to do manually. And I'm able to utilize my expertise in design to be able to come up with more ergonomic ways of us being able to do the exact same thing with half as much effort. Customer satisfaction, and then forward thinking. We're thinking 10 years ahead, 20 years ahead. We have a big backlog of things we want to do, more than just opening up more locations, but making what has been already leaned out as much as possible even leaner, while still falling under the umbrella of being handcrafted. Customer satisfaction, and we're definitely implementing agile project management. So that was one of the last things I was able to take from my experience at Boeing. We went away from traditional waterfall project management and went to agile, revisiting the requirements, what worked, what didn't work, and then implementing a plan on how to lean that out a bit more. And I feel like that's necessary to keep that competitive edge, because all these really are linked together, so that we can always maintain customer satisfaction or improve on it. I'll put this in my pocket. All right. Biggest motivations. Fast and Furious, for sure. No, no, family. My family is my biggest motivation. They are the reason that I do everything, and they're going to be the reason that I do not stop, that I don't try to lose momentum, and I keep on trying to improve. Aside from family, I have run into many situations as engineers within the engineering field and within just entrepreneurship here, that there are a lot of folks that say, no, you can't do that for arbitrary reasons. Oh, you can't do that because we've always done it this way, which really is not an explanation as to why we haven't tried doing something different. So I will say, okay, watch me, and if I make a mistake, at least I'll learn from it and I'll keep on going. But I do not agree with the mindset of we do it that way because that's the way it's always done. I believe that if there's a way to improve on it, explore it to the best that you can, but eventually you're going to get to a point where you've reached the limit with your resources or whatnot, to where that's as best it's going to get leaned out. And also, biggest motivation is Texas. I actually think that Texas was a big reason as to why we wanted to come back. It's a very different community anywhere you go in Texas versus in Washington State. Not to put down Washington State, but they don't have as much pride in their community as we do here, especially in Bronzeville. A lot of pride, a lot of culture, and I love it. My family loves it, and we just want to continue with that. So that is a big motivator for us to feed off the energy that Texas and the community is already giving us. So how can I ask for help? Well, I purchased a business that was already operational. I have rebranded it and essentially flipped it. But I'm trying to launch another business from scratch that deals with modular homes. And I would love to get as much feedback as possible. Like humbly, just whatever feedback on lessons learned, things I should look out for, people that you think that I should be able to get a lot of information from. I would appreciate that. As much guidance as possible would be my biggest ask. Networking, of course, but teach me what it is that you guys have learned. Not just money. No, it's actually knowledge, things that I can implement from lessons learned from other people, mistakes other people have made, or things that didn't work out for them, so that I don't go down the same path and come up with the exact same well, not solution, but the exact same outcome, which is it didn't work out. So that would be a big ask for me. And here's the contact me. So I threw that on there. More cowbell. Props if you know where that's from.
Any questions for Josh?
Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah. Hmm? Yep. Hmm? Hmm? Well, the culture is paying tribute to my old man. I mean, he spent 50 years perfecting his craft. 50 years. I spent 6 months extracting everything I could from him, and the culture would be more of, come here for generational stuff. I do have a lot of customers that say they used to come here as kids, and they're my age. They're in their 30s. But I was like, wow, that's cool. And now they're bringing their kids. So giving that same point of diminishing return for not just existing customers, but for new customers, that extends beyond what my other competitors have. That really is just focusing on just quality. I guess that's more focus. For me, I was able to implement design solutions for leaning out the overall operation of the business, which it's problem solving. Same with design. Design is problem solving. You have a need for something that doesn't exist. So there's a problem. You need something that needs to be invented, designed, altered in order for you to get an output that you're looking for. So I've been able to implement that a lot in just ice cream. So I see it as, it doesn't matter the industry, because it can be aerospace, it could be automotive, it could be dairy, and there's a way to implement solutions for the level of infrastructure that you're currently at, or whatever you're limited to by the current handcrafted limitations. without investing in machinery that already exists that will produce millions of it within one day. We're not at that point yet. Well, we're not at that point. We're handcrafted now. So I've been able to implement design into it, which is giving me that fuel. Um, the redesign of the place so that it's more ergonomic for us to operate has been a huge amount of fun for me, because I mean it's design. I mean, it may be as simple as layouts, but it's still design. You're solving something with a little bit more brainstorming. And where it's really going to get fun is when we finally open our doors. Our doors have been closed since 2019. Um, the customer experience is going to be radically different than what it was before, because I'm not aiming just for folks that are able to walk around and look into their freezers to choose what they want. I'm actually aiming for everybody. If you're in a wheelchair, if it's tough for you to see, I'm trying to aim for everyone. I have customers that are deaf. I have customers that are unable to speak, and I want their experience to be the same as everyone else's. So the place was designed specifically for the ergonomics of not just existing customers, but new customers. And that's designed for me. So I did find a way of implementing my passion of design into something that you wouldn't think has a lot of room for that, but there absolutely is. If there's room for improvement, that means there's room to implement some type of design solution. Mhm. Yep. Mhm. Mhm. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no. Mhm. Right. Right. Sure. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. That was a great question. No, I'm keeping his traditional recipes, but we have implemented sugar-free, and we have a couple of projects that I'll keep a little bit quiet for now. But I have some pretty exciting stuff coming out, and it's not going to interfere with any scheduling that we have for the current products we have. If anything, we're ready for more. We are ready for more. We're ready for more locations, and we are trying to keep it fun. We're trying to keep it exciting. I have a very strong understanding of who my current audience is, and I know who I want my next part of the audience to integrate to that, which my competitors haven't been able to successfully do. But I have an idea of how we can get there while maintaining the original recipes. But that is something that will not be touched. They're outstanding. It's one of those situations where they may sound the same compared to other locations. Butterpecan may not be the same uh, depending on um, where you go, but they're. I don't know if I'm tangenting from where your question is, but I am maintaining the I am tangenting. Okay. I am maintaining the original recipes, but I'm adding more. I'm adding more, and it's not going to be things that are permanent. It could be seasonal. I have collaborations right now with other businesses where I'm able to make things unique to them, for them, and promote their brand while using our infrastructure on how to produce it at a minimal cost. And really, that's been the biggest challenge for me, is being able to still add more, still be able to take on more, but not increase the price. So I feel like we're definitely going in a direction to still keep it exciting, not be like, oh, it's the same thing I had 30 years ago. You know, no, it's a unique menu. You won't find Cookie Monster at our place, but you will find similar stuff that are based off of Mexican recipes. Yeah, Mexican recipes. Okay. It is a good question. Well, I mean, it's you can have your high level of expectation, and we're still going to surpass it. Our quality is a real kick in the mouth as far as our flavors and the overall. What I was mentioning, the point I was mentioning with return, you're going to be satisfied all the way until you're done with the product, not just at the first, couple of spoonfuls or a couple of bites of it. So it's high quality, premium, and nostalgic. Some of those flavors are very nostalgic, especially for this area. Um, I used to work with my pops at the locations he had in Matamoros, and it's that same positive feeling or positive reaction I get whenever I try what is still being produced today versus what he used to make 25, 30 years ago that I remember, and he's been doing it longer. So just a overall positive experience with flavor, just huge amount of flavor. But don't take my word for it. Come check it out. we're currently under construction right now. We have a grand reopening coming up on March 14th. Um, since I did change the name to Popeye, my abbreviated logo would be PI. And so I wanted to throw in the mathematical thing in there since I'm an engineer. So on March 14th, we'll have the ribbon cutting ceremony with the Chamber of Commerce. You all are invited, and I hope you all can make it. And you'll be able to see something pretty unique. It's going to stand out. Even right now, I haven't. The building's not completed yet with the renovations interior and exterior, but we'll be ready in time. And it's gonna be different. It's definitely worth you all checking out just once. My favorite ice cream? Ooh, no, that's a loaded question. But we're at the corner of Old Port Isabel Road and Robin Hood Drive, down the road from QB, behind the Walmart on Boca Chica. If you scan the QR code, it's our link tree. It'll take you to our Google profile that you can click on the address there to get there, or our website, which also has our address. If you want to do online ordering or delivery, it's through that QR code. And my favorite ice cream, well, well, no, that's definitely very popular. But no, we have this new coffee ice cream where we use Angelitas Casa de Cafe cold brew, but they do a special cold brew for us that we've been able to make an ice cream for them and paletas. That I'll say this very confidently. It's better than any coffee ice cream you've ever tried. And if I'm wrong, okay. I won't believe you. No, it's really good. It's really, really good. So Angelitos cold brew ice cream that we make. That's my favorite. All right. Hi. Yes. For example, when about 2 years ago, well, a year and a half, when I took over the place, we had a very crude way of how we sold paletas. We just put them in open-ended wrappers, and it was very, very unpleasant to the eye. And then it would get frostbite, so we'd have to recycle that. Um, so I did explore using different size bags, and this is just one example. And I don't mind sharing it because I know there are other people that probably do something similar. Um, but putting the bags onto the popsicles is a little challenging, especially if you're doing one at a time when you're making hundreds. So I was able to 3D print a bracket that would holds open the bag, so you just slide it onto the pulled out mold, so I can get them all the popsicles into their bags by something that I was able to 3D print. What was actually challenging was finding the specific material 3D printing that was allowing me to touch food with that 3D print. But it's expensive. I'm not gonna tell you all what it is because y'all can go through the fun torture of finding it yourself. But yeah, just things like that. So it saved a lot of time on being able to put the popsicles into the bags. That's actually really, really, really time consuming when you do one at a time. So I found a way of doing it without investing in some type of machinery that would do it for me. That I felt that with 36 hours of printing and about 5 hours of design, I have a solution that works. It works specifically for the pace that we work at too. So it may not be able to handle more, but it's a linear relationship. So if we want to do more, we have more to do, then I just print more of these tools. So So the name, if you can go back a couple of slides until you see it, that one right there. So the way that they named it, which no one was able to pronounce it correctly, including my dad and sister. They were trying to make it sound like Popeye, but they didn't want to have to pay Popeye, but they didn't want to, pay the company that owned Popeye for that. So they were like, let's try naming it something similar, so we're not violating anything. But in Mexico, that is what the majority of my father's businesses are called. It's Neveria Pope. So I felt that it was very, 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 very tempting to try to make it sentimental, because it is sentimental to me, of telling a story that it's about my dad, Pop, and I. So it's a generational thing. So that was it. And also, throwing in there Texas, because I have a lot of Texas pride, and make it fun, make it something where a kid would probably want to draw it. Um, so that was the story behind the new way of spelling it. So it's my dad and I. So I'm taking his recipes, and I'm trying to offer it as inexpensively as possible to the masses. Oh, thank you.
It is definitely great to see how career paths can change dramatically from something that you think that you're going to do, because that's what you went to school for, your career, and then something happens that changes the whole vision and spectrum of what your life path is going to be. And that's an entrepreneur. As you can see, Josh is not only working currently on rebranding, renovating, relaunching his family business, but he's starting a new business. And a serial entrepreneur, they always are seeking opportunities and utilizing their skill set to move forward in different capacities. So congratulations, because that's a true entrepreneur mindset. So if you have any more questions for Josh after, please, network a little bit after the event, because this is what we're here for. So I want to encourage that. Okay, here we go. So we have a lot of stuff going on here at eBridge. We have a lot of things going on in the community and above and beyond, because we do work in other areas as well. But we always highlight what was happening here in our hub, which is, eBridge. So of course, next week we will continue to have our 1 Million Cups community gathering. So come back next week. Wear something for Charo Days. We are celebrating Charo Days here at 1 Million Cups, and we want to make sure we celebrate you, entrepreneurs. So wear something festive. I know if you don't want to, you don't have to, but so you can be part of this community and celebrate the traditions that we have here in Bronzeville as well. So also February 29, we will be hosting our next seminar for we are in collaboration with Velocity Texas, which is an accelerator in San Antonio, and the Methodist Health Ministries, to continue giving the series on the Health Innovation Seminar. We will have it in Harlingen this time around. And I do want to give you a little bit of that Armando kind of pointed out to me. If you continue to attend these sessions, you might be selected for an accelerator program with Velocity Texas for a chance to win $50,000. So, join this series, attend the seminar. It is a great way for you to get engaged with how do you support innovation and solutions to attack social determinants of health. Anything that affects your body, medical, to a certain extent, mental, even food, water, anything that you are working on that you think is innovative, please make sure to attend this. We are going to have it at the Harlingen Chamber of Commerce in Harlingen, and it is February 29 at 10:30 a.m. So join us over there, or follow that QR code and you'll get information and register. Come on, guys, we need support. So if you can, jump over to our community in Harlingen. Again, we invite everybody to participate during the Charo Days. At the university, we are, kind of told that we have to work some of these festivities. So we will be at Sombrero Festival on Thursday, February 29. If you want to stop by, we have a booth for UTRGV. You'll see that big vaquero balloon thingy. That's going to be where we're at. So come and take a picture in front of the vaquero, and we will be there supporting our UTRGV event team in supporting the Sombrero Fest Festival. On April 1st, we will be launching our first Kaufman cohort in Mission. So if you know anybody in Mission, or if you know anybody close by in that community that is looking to take advantage of this amazing program, which is our Kaufman Fast Track, please, applications will be open, I think, this week. And we will be launching our first Kaufman Fast Track in the city of Mission at the SEED, which is the Center for Economic Development over there. And of course, we continue to encourage all of you to be part of our first ever RGV Startup Week that we will be having here at eBridge. We'll land in here. It's a regional event, but we're going to land it here for the first year. It is a full week of events, parties, networking. We will start around 8 a.m. We will not end till 10, 11 p.m. every single day. We start with a boot camp, a startup boot camp that starts on May 3rd on Friday. And then we'll run that, and we'll kick off all the training, all the workshops, everything that we have planned for you on May 6th, right? What's Monday? That Monday? 3, 4, 5. On May 6th to the 10th. So come and be part of it. Follow that QR code, or go to the website if you want to present, if you want to have a panel. There's an open call for it. So if you have a great topic to share, let us know. We will love to put you in the lineup of what we're able to offer. It is open. This is not something that we are doing. This is something that everybody's doing. So we want to make sure that you feel included, but we're going to have really good networking gatherings so you can have a chance to talk to each other. So spread the word. This is a regional event. We want every city represented in the Rio Grande Valley here. And we have a good lineup locally, internationally. And we're going to have really nice, very, very important keynote speakers. So we invite you all to be part of this long week that we're going to have in May. And of course, we continue to offer programming, and, come and work here at eBridge. We have memberships for co-working, for incubation. We want you all to be part of the community here. So come and work here. I mean, we have a beautiful space, as you can see. You get free parking, free internet, and free coffee. What else do you want in life? Why? I mean, come work here. Don't go work at your house. Don't go work at Starbucks. Come work here. Oh, and there's donuts today too. Sometimes we even give you pastries. So be part of this community, and just, if you are interested in a membership, please talk to one of us that are wearing these shirts, and we will be able to provide you with information. Yes. I mean, if you want to be a sponsor of RGV Startup, we also have sponsoring package. Nelson will be working on those, but they are on the website too. If you want to be part of it and your logo be displayed, hey, by all means, this is a great chance to promote too, because it will be promoted along the entire Rio Grande Valley. Va a haber programación en español. Sí, todo lo que hacemos en inglés lo hacemos en español. Entonces vamos a tener unos paneles en español de igual manera. Queremos ofrecer esta oportunidad a toda nuestra comunidad del otro lado de la frontera. Aquí tenemos unos amigos del Consulado Americano que vinieron a visitarnos el día de hoy. Sí. Ellos tuvieron un programa de emprendimiento hace poco. Tuvimos el honor de ser jueces en este evento y la verdad estuvo muy impresionante. Estas mujeres tenían todo por delante para crecer y ser grandes emprendedoras, y estaban al liderazgo de Karen aquí, que está con nosotros, y vamos a hacer cosas bien padres con ellos también, así que ellos también están invitados a venir a RGV Startup Week y a todos estos eventos que tenemos los miércoles, que tenemos la programación que tenemos y la incubadora y el edificio que tenemos disponible para todos ustedes. Entonces, ¿ya lo dije todo en español? ¿Sí? Dígame. Yes, there's going to be a pitch competition as well. We're going to run the quality of life pitch competition during that time, right? The Startup Texas? Yeah. But we're going to have a couple of them. Actually, we're going to have, I think, another one, like an open one. But the events, you will get a chance to, continue to talk about your business. It was going to be, I don't know if any of you have gone to San Antonio Startup Week or Austin Startup Week, similar. Our teams have been in San Antonio shadowing, learning a little bit so we can then run the same thing. Not the same thing because we're unique, similar thing here. So better. I know, right? Thank you, Julio. Better. So anyway, those are all the announcements. Oh, wait, we have one more announcement. The UTRGV ECC team is hiring a part-time position. So if you are interested, if you're a student or, please, we have it on Handshake. Please apply. We did close our program specialist positions. We are interviewing. So if you apply, we're going to call you soon. So let us know if you have anybody that is interested in working in our team. I know that there were some positions open, and we thank you for participating and wanting to be part of these teams, that want to work here and play here and live here, basically, because sometimes we do. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy the coffee, enjoy the donuts from Gray Box, mingle, network. This is what we're here about. And we'll see you next week with Charo Days Attire. Oh, did we have any new members here today? ¿Quién de aquí no, es la primera vez que viene? Ok, so quisiera que se presentaran. Si dicen su nombre, de dónde vienen y cuál es su negocio, nos encantaría conocerlos. Empezamos por aquí. Do we start with you? Yeah, go ahead. Welcome. Welcome to 1 Million Cups and welcome back to the Valley. Great magazine. I encourage all of you to, take a look at it. They have a great, great, beautiful publication too. Y ella hizo una presentación muy bonita el día que presentó. Muchísimas felicidades. Bienvenida. She also had a fantastic presentation. Her spa is very unique because they do a full massage. I remember, full massage. And it's not just for 30 minutes, guys. It was like for 3 hours. It was ridiculous. So, talk to her after because she has a fantastic product. La verdad, el consulado está haciendo muy padre trabajo con nuestra comunidad de emprendedores, y está apoyando a emprendedores que quieren crecer, que quieren desarrollarse y por qué no. Ofrecimos, cuando yo estuve allá, le dije, tráete a todos, acá a Bronzeville, vamos a integrar esta comunidad, vamos a integrarlas juntas porque podemos hacer cosas muy, muy padres binacionales y por qué no. Entonces, Karen, muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros. Espero que sigas regresando. One more. Bienvenido, bienvenido. Una más y luego ya, sí.
Yo tengo 13 años de experiencia en mi negocio como podología integral familiar. Vamos a cumplir 10 años con el sistema de los soportes. Para acá que iniciamos con ese nuevo subproyecto de podología integral familiar. Nos especializamos en
Y todas ellas van a presentar uno de estos días aquí en 1 Million Cups. Right here.
Mi nombre es Andrea Aguilar, soy consultora internacional de negocios.
Felicidades, bienvenida, bienvenida. ¿Alguien más? Nobody is new? Well, thank you so much. New members, keep coming back to this community of 1 Million Cups. Los esperamos aquí el próximo miércoles y todos los miércoles. Aquí vamos a estar siempre. Y por favor, si no han estado en este edificio, hagan un tour porque está muy, muy padre para que sientan el ambiente empresarial que hay aquí. Y los invitamos a ser parte de esta comunidad. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and we'll see you next week.